On this month's episode of the Life's Better podcast, we've got a special segment that we're going to do. It's a special Thanksgiving segment. We are in the month of November, and so everyone's kind of moving towards Thanksgiving and thinking about gratitude. And so we're going to do something that we are calling Q&A, Thanksgiving Q&A with J&J.
Q&A with J&J. We need to do that more often. That's actually really clever.
And this is a special Thanksgiving edition. Now, for those of you who actually may listen to the podcast on a regular basis, you may actually recognize that title because we did a short segment for about 10 minutes a couple of years ago with that same exact title. And what we're going to do is we're going to take that exact same exercise that we did, and we're just going to expand it for the entire podcast.
Okay, yeah.
And so what we're doing is we've got a list of questions in this bag, and they're all Thanksgiving related, gratitude related, fall related, and we're just going to do a Q&A. One of us will pick up a slip of paper, read it, and then answer it, and we'll just kind of have a discussion having to do with those Thanksgiving gratitude themes.
Yeah, I love this because I feel like everybody I know is already moving on to Christmas.
Yeah.
And I'm like, come on, no. Let's not forget, like, Thanksgiving's in there, and it's a fun one. I love it.
It is, and it's not, in my opinion, overly saturated with, commercials and what is that term? I don't know what you call it. You know.
Advertised?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, whatever that is.
They're not trying to sell us. Oh, I don't know. That's a bad call.
Food. Maybe grocery stores really, plug things.
Well, there's also Black Friday, which is like the day after.
I still lump that into Christmas stuff, though.
You know what? That's fair because you're buying stuff for Christmas. No.
Okay, so do you want to go first or you want me to?
I don't care. It's up to you.
It's on my lap, so
cool.
I'm going to go first. All right, this question is, if you could thank one person, living or dead, for his or her influence in your life, who would you thank? Okay, I could easily come up with, obviously Jesus. I mean, he's a pretty big influence in my life. But I feel like I thank him every day for that.
Good.
So he hears that. My wife definitely hears my gratitude for her. There are two people that I probably don't thank nearly as much for their influence and impact in my life.
Living?
And that's my parents. I mean, it's just one of those things like, they know I love them. They know I appreciate, but I probably don't say it. So I would definitely include them. And so I know sometimes they do listen to the podcast. So Mom and Dad, I am very grateful for the impact and influence that you've had in my life, particularly leading me to Christ.
Yeah, I think boys we're really bad about that. So yeah, my answer was also my parents.
Was it?
Yeah, I've heard that, like, girls, daughters reach out to their families and thank them all the time.
At least I have one then. All my boys won't care. They'll just be like, whatever. But at least I've got one daughter.
The youngest.
Yes.
So like that's a nice one to end on, right? Like a lot of gratitude at the end.
Let's hope. By the time she's 20, I'm going to be like 104. So.
What is one unusual tradition your family does for Thanksgiving? This one was like one of the only ones I was hoping I didn't get because we're lame. We have very, like, our food is sometimes not normal, right?
Okay.
Like, so we will just cook whatever we have a hankering for. Turkey's always kind of like involved, but like the sides are like wild.
It's
right?
not
like,
necessarily green bean casserole, stuffing. It's whatever you happen to be into.
Yeah, or something Mom saw on YouTube recently.
Is there one that was like, okay, looking back, this one was a weird one. Maybe it was great, but it was, you just didn't see that coming on Thanksgiving.
Honestly, like, there was a couple times, and this was some of my favorite Thanksgivings, but like we did appetizer stuff.
Oh yeah.
And so like Mom made like sausage queso and like, jalapeno poppers and like stuff like that. And
very cool.
But it felt very, like, I think like football was on, so it's like, this feels great. Like, this is tailgate and Thanksgiving.
It wasn't weird.
Together.
It was wonderful.
Oh, it was wonderful. And then we played board games, which might be our weirdest like
tradition,
I guess, because I don't think everybody does that.
You guys also do that Christmas Eve too. Yeah. So you're the
That's
board
my
game
fault,
family.
100%. But I think they all enjoy it.
It's your influence, not your fault. It's a good thing. Yeah. And by the way, one of the goals, one of the hopes, I didn't share this at the beginning, one of the hopes is as you're watching and as you're listening to this, if you're driving, our hope is that this allows you to kind of step into your own thoughts and feelings about things that you're grateful for and appreciate,
100%.
and then obviously vocalize it to those who need to be a part of your gratitude.
Gratitude's huge.
Yeah. All right. Next one is, What do you enjoy most about the community you live in?
That's a good one.
Do you want this one?
No, it's okay. No,
Okay.
no.
So there's a lot of things that I enjoy and appreciate. One that I appreciate, my wife and I, we've always made the commitment, we will never buy a home in an HOA because we don't want anyone telling us what we can and cannot do with a purchase that high, right? That's like,
Yeah.
hey, we spent how many hundreds of thousands of dollars on this? You don't get to tell me what to do. And I just feel like in our community, there is just kind of a general, as long as you're not hurting people, like we're not going to get in your business and we're not going to tell you, we're not going to.
100%.
And I love that. I love that. It's like, hey, if you want to go in your backyard and blow something up, man, blow something up. That is just cool. I just love that. So I don't know. That's one of the things I really appreciate about
Yeah.
our community.
Yeah, 100%.
What was yours? I'm just curious.
Honestly, it goes back to what you talked about on Sunday, which you should go check out his sermon from Sunday. But like, ACC is a church.
Yeah.
But like, there's just it's an excitement and a love of this place that I have that I've grown to have. And yeah, the best part about our community is the church. So
Yeah. No.
in my opinion,
I agree.
in my very biased opinion. Sorry if you go to a different church. I'm sure your church is great.
Yeah.
What is the most valuable lesson you've learned this year? I actually need to consult what I wrote down. Oh, yes. Okay. So Emily and I were talking about this, but one of those things that has just been a pattern in this year specifically is learning the importance of humility in my life. Not that I've...
You're such an arrogant guy.
Not that I'm like a crazy arrogant person, but like the value that it gives my life when I choose to be humble.
Sure.
So like when a problem arises and I choose to not act like I know exactly how to fix it, but be humble in the fact of asking people for help or going to God with it first and getting that peace that He gives when, the verse that's been on my mind like all year, He opposes the proud but gives grace to the humble.
Yeah.
And just how much grace He's given me every time I've done that. Like there's just been like things this year, both good and bad, of things that I didn't know exactly how to approach the situation. And my first response, God has been teaching me to be humble and like just first and ask for help. Let people know you don't know exactly how to fix things. Don't pretend you do.
Yeah.
And try to be the first person to downplay, or not downplay things that are good that are happening, but downplay your effect on it. Like every time somebody's like, the youth group's going great, you're doing such a good job. It's like,
it's because I'm amazing.
yeah, like very quickly I'm just like, God's doing awesome things and our students are inviting and our small group leaders are great. And so, that's helped me actually step out of the, all of this is now in my hands type of thing, type of fear, which can often come from when people are like, wow, you're doing a great job with this youth group. I can't wait to see what's next. And it's like, I don't know. And then no offense to anyone in power, but like I'm learning through books I've been reading and all this stuff, like the importance of humility in leadership in general.
Yeah.
Like I just want my leaders to always be humble and be willing to admit when they've made mistakes and like all of that stuff. So yeah, humility.
Arrogance is always ugly.
Yeah.
And humility.
And the more you see it, the more you're like, wow, humility is important.
Yes, I agree. No, that's a great lesson. I'm glad you're learning that. Okay, what song always puts you in a good mood?
Oh, yeah.
Did I steal another one?
No.
that you really like?
I'm interested to know.
So this one is not a song you've probably ever heard.
Okay.
But it always puts me in a good mood. It is a song that my daughter sings, and it's just a short 2-word song, and it always puts me in a good mood, and it goes like this: "Oh, Daddy, oh, Daddy,"
Aww.
over and over and over again in a
That's
sing-song
precious. Holy cow.
voice. And I'll say, "Oh, Sierra," and we'll sing back and forth.
That's
and
awesome.
I don't know, it always puts me in a real good mood.
That's awesome. Now, did you start it, did she start it?
She just started doing it. I wasn't even home, and she just started doing it one day. And then when I came home, she started doing it. It's like, yeah, she's been singing this all day. And then she's continued.
I wonder where she got it from.
I have no
She
idea.
just made this up.
I have no idea.
Like,
Yeah.
I wonder if it was like a 2-second clip from an ad and it just stuck in her head.
Half of the things that she's doing right now, I don't know who's teaching her because it's just some weird, like, who did you? I don't know. Yeah.
Well, that one sounds like a fun one to hear.
Yeah, I love it.
All right. Next up is, what is something God has helped you to accomplish this year, which you are grateful for? I feel like this ties right back in
Humility?
to humility. No, it's there's stuff with the youth group. We've never had this many students come on Wednesdays. I've never seen this many, regularly over the last 2 years get baptized. It's just been awesome. And then also at any time, like things that come up that I'm not ready for, God's gotten us through it. And so I'm just really grateful for where we are, and I'm grateful for the small group leaders that he's come with. Oh, that was another part of it. We completely changed our small group routine as well on Wednesdays, and I was so stressed out about that going well. And like, I'm just so happy that we've done that switch. It's given small group leaders that didn't feel like they had a whole lot of effect on the youth group a lot more room to kind of be pushed, and also it's made our group smaller, which is always a good thing. So
Yeah, the bigger you get, the smaller you need to actually
Yeah.
focus on. Yeah. All right, next question is, other than turkey, what is your favorite holiday food and what is your favorite memory attached to it? I'm a carb guy. I know you're a protein guy. I
love turkey.
I wouldn't even put turkey on that's my favorite anyway. So
yeah, you guys are not huge fans of turkey. Your whole
it's
family
fine.
is
We like it.
yeah.
It's just okay. For me, my favorite is stuffing, honestly, which I know some people really get grossed out by it. I have liked it for a long, long time.
I love stuffing.
I like all varieties of stuffing, but consistently, stovetop. Honestly, that brand,
box ones?
the
Yeah.
box stovetop
It's
stuffing
good.
just does it for me.
Absolutely.
And so that's my favorite. Probably the most fun memory, I guess, attached to it. Going back to all the way when I was a kid, I just remember I don't know what if it was the first time, but I can just remember like taking a big bunch of stuffing, put it in between two rolls, and maybe a little piece of chicken on there, and just being like, okay, I'm eating a sandwich. And it was like, wait, I can do this every single Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Like, who cares about eating it individually, man? It's all about the sandwich. So I mean, I'm a grown man, and I still eat my Thanksgiving food that way.
It's so unhealthy, but I love mixing in the turkey with the stuffing and then pouring gravy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so good. I'm so hungry now. I am so ready for it. Bring it on. All right. What are two things that always make you smile? And I did serious answers again, but really, really quickly, I'm gonna say where did I have this one? It is. I should have read the number first. Oh, number 6. No, it's not. Three.
Number 3.
3. Anytime I'm with my friends or family playing board games, I'm always smiling. Just love spending time with my family and playing games. Like, it's just the best. And then
What about if you lose those games?
oh, I'm still like there are times
You're still
where,
smiling.
where friends might gloat, and I'm like, all right, calm down. But like, I love just being in the moment and playing games with friends and family. And then the other one is even more serious. Like, I get a smile on my face every time I'm worshiping with our students. Like, it's just like to see them excited about it, and like whether it's a motion song or not, like they're into it, and that's just exciting, right?
Yeah.
Because like, I'm glad we get to do that. I love worshiping already, so it's cool we get to do that together.
Yeah, that makes me smile as well. All right, what piece of technology do you appreciate most in your daily life? This one's super easy. As lame as it sounds, it's the internet. I mean, there's just so many like free tools, resources, information that just 50 years ago. I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to go down to the library. You're going to have to get I mean, it's just it's just all accessible. I am so grateful that it is just so easy.
Yeah.
All that information is just a click away.
And I take for granted that all the time, especially when like I'm with a student and I'm like, well, there's this verse, and I'll start saying the verse, and I'm just like, and where's that at?
Yes.
You know what? I don't even have to think about it too much.
Yes,
5
here it
keywords.
is.
That's the verse. Let's turn to it together and read it.
I
It's
will
so
say,
good.
I will say though that has made me lazier.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
And instead of like really memorizing chapter and verse, and maybe even having a bit more of a meditation on it, it's like, well, Google will help me out the next time, And so there is I enjoy it, but maybe I just should still be disciplined.
Yeah, no, 100%. But it is nice in the moment
Yes.
when I'm like, oh, I really want this verse, but I can't think of where it's at.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. What is your favorite memory from this year? I've talked about a million other ones, so I'm going to talk about one that I'm
Does it have anything to do with board games?
It doesn't. It doesn't. This is Chicago with Emily. We love traveling.
Yeah.
And last year was our big, we got to go to Europe type of thing. And then after that was like, we don't know if we can travel much this year.
Financially, where are we gonna be
We
able
need
to
to
go?
save up, especially if we ever want to do that again. Like, let's go ahead and just start saving for that. But Chicago, we found a way to do it pretty cheap, and
Yeah.
it was just leading up to it, there's a lot of work, and so I'm really bad about like thinking about trips I'm about to go on. I'm just in the moment working, and in the moment we were on the plane, there was just this moment of like excitement and adventure, and then we came back home. But yeah, it was great.
So you didn't want to drive that 400 miles to Chicago there and back?
No, we found Allegiant. Allegiant does pretty good flights to Chicago. I think it was
I've not
like,
even heard of that airline.
Allegiant, really?
No.
From Cincinnati to Chicago, I think it was like 40 per person round
Okay,
trip.
yeah. No, that's legit.
Which we were like, we would have to pay that money in gas.
Had you been to Chicago before?
When I was in 6th grade, and Emily had never.
What was your favorite experience in Chicago with Emily?
I was about to say food. I love the pizza.
Yeah.
Holy cow! But like
The deep dish?
honestly, it was just like everything that we wanted to do, from museums to the aquarium to the the Bean and the Sears
yeah.
Tower. All of it was like right there together.
It's pretty convenient.
And it was really fun to just walk around.
Did you go to the Lincoln Park Zoo?
No, but we heard that it was awesome.
I am shocked because it's free.
Yeah.
You don't have to spend any money on it.
Well, I actually didn't know it was free.
Yeah, it's totally free to the public. You can just come and go whenever you want. And in my opinion, I mean, it's a world-class zoo.
That was something that was huge too. Is like, I wish I was a Chicagoan for like 2 or 3 days, because the aquarium, the museums, like almost all of it was just like either $5 for if you're a native or free.
Is that right?
And I was just like, wow.
You know what? I do remember that because when I was in college, I took a trip out to Chicago, and we stayed with someone who was a
Chicagoan.
and they were always the ones that would get us into those places and flash or whatever, and we just go, we're with him, Yeah, no, that I forgot about
It's
that.
so great. Like, man, I love that they do that for them.
Did you go to Wrigley Field?
We walked past.
Yeah. So, yeah, you saw it. It's all right there. Yeah. Okay, what does expressing gratitude to God look like for you around Thanksgiving? I have a daily gratitude exercise that I engage, and I don't think it really changes much just because it's Thanksgiving. But my daily gratitude involves, opening up my little journal and reflecting on the different areas of my life where I see God's activity, and writing down almost in a prayer what I'm thankful and grateful to God for. And so I mean, it might involve more things with family or, a time off or whatever it happens to be because it's Thanksgiving, but I don't think it really changes much. That's
I have the same. And I think you and Emily are the two biggest pushes for start one of those. But like, I'm thankful because I've been able to look back on things that God has done, or even like maybe prayers that I had written in between the lines type of thing. And there's just a part of me too that's like, I think I'm gonna really appreciate this when I'm older. Right?
Yeah.
That I can go back and like remember.
See these seasons of life and where God was at work.
Yeah. I hope I keep doing it.
Yeah. And you don't lose them.
Yeah. Oh man, I would cry about that. All right. What is your favorite Thanksgiving memory? I'm gonna consult what I wrote down because I can't think of just one.
Yeah, there's so many. I had
Yo, okay. You had so many too?
I was able to narrow it down to a real funny one,
Hmm.
but I'm interested to hear what yours was.
Yeah, so I think my favorite was our first with, and they were just dating at the time, but my brother-in-law now, because my sister hadn't really dated people.
Yeah.
She dated one guy, and we did not like. I was the first to call it out, and I will hold that over her head for forever. When she told me she was dating him, the whole family was pumped, and I was like, "Why? He is not good for you at all." And so she trusted me when it came to Tucker, and he was. I'd known Tucker growing up, but like he came over, he was both respectful, but also like fit in really well. We played games together. He was really into the games, and it was just a great time. And I kind of saw like in that moment, I was like, this is what our future is going to be. Like I
Is
didn't
that
know for
right?
sure like they were going to get married, but I was like, this is what I'd want, every family gathering from this
That's
point
neat,
forward.
man.
So
Have you told them that?
no, but I should.
You know what? If they're not already
they're
listening to the
not.
podcast, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's really neat.
Yeah.
And for the guy who you were able to identify your trouble, name first, last, and do you
Yeah.
want to shout him out? Then
He probably knows I didn't really care for him because unfortunately I think Allie told him. So
it's not going to work out. Josh, my brother, doesn't like you. I hate him. All right, next question. What has been your most meaningful gratitude exercise over the years? Okay, well, I shared one already, so I'll share another one that I really enjoy, and that's every single morning with my boys. You know, we have a time where we open up God's Word and we pray together, but one of us, you know, every day, and we just kind of do in a rotation, we'll just share, this is what I'm grateful for today. This is what I'm grateful for this week. And so we just kind of share that before we get into our study. And it's just nice to hear, you know, where they're seeing God's goodness in their life.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Love that. All right. What fall smell brings back great memories for you, and what are some of those memories? I didn't know it was going to be fall smell, but my favorite smell is actually fall smell.
Which is?
And it's campfire smell.
yeah.
Maybe not the most pleasant smell, but it brings back the most good memories.
I could see that, sure.
From camps to like when I was in high school, almost weekly I would meet with friends in the fall, and we would have a campfire. We'd play outdoor games, and that was when I was first getting into music, and so we started.
Oh, yeah,
this
worship around the
Yeah,
campfire?
and
Yeah.
and that was in high school, and there was just like us high school students, and it was great. But yeah, every time I smell that, like there's people in our neighborhood that have campfires almost on every walk during the fall, and I'll smell it, and I'm like, just like, yeah, no, like it just gets me excited.
Yeah, it takes you back, gives you good feelings even in the moment. How do you feel about wood smoke on your clothes after?
So I feel bad when I walk in a room and everyone's like, "Who smells like a fire?" like type of thing, because normally I'm like nose blind to it, but I do. It does kind of like annoy me when I'm the guy, right?
Yeah.
But I don't mind it when it's on other people, right? Like they come in the room like, "Oh, they were at a campfire recently," and I'm okay with it. But
I don't really care for it on me, to the point that we invested in a gas, like propane campfire,
okay.
so that I don't have to smell like smoke, but we can still experience. Because I was even like, man, I just don't want to smell like smoke tonight. You know, let's not even do it. Because I just didn't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
But I still get that. And there's something that's missing with the crackle and all that other fun stuff. But at least I don't smell like smoke.
when I was a student, I had a coat that I wore like every time for that, and then I would take it off and I
Oh,
would
good
change
call.
afterwards. So
No,
that
that's
helped
smart.
a lot. But
What has been one of the most meaningful service projects you've done around Thanksgiving? The one that came to my mind was actually one that we did just a week or so ago. We've got a family in our church. The father's going through cancer treatment, and you know he would normally all summer long be collecting firewood because that's their only source of heat during the winter. And he wasn't able to do that because of the cancer treatment. And so he reached out to some of the guys, and our life group went over. And I don't even know exactly I mean, they just need a ton of wood. Something like 20 cords of wood, and if you even know what that is, it's a lot of wood. And so we went out there, our life group, and we just, with our chainsaws and our splitters, we just got them set up with as much firewood as possible. And it was just fun. It was fun to goof around with the guys in life group and the ladies at life group, but at the same time, just knowing that, hey, we're meeting a genuine need that this family has in a really difficult season of their life.
And you know them well.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's huge.
Yeah.
All right. And I just came from their house, and they had a lot of wood. And I was able to be like, Emily,
look at what they did.
they did all that. What do you appreciate most about the fall seasons? I think for me, we've talked about this towards the end of summer, and you're like, why would you wish away summer? But I love like getting kind of more into a routine, and Wednesday night being like a regular thing and like fall programming. But I also just love like the slight change in temperature. I don't like it when it's like super cold.
Yeah.
But there's something about like when it's just a little bit cold and you put on like a nice hoodie or a nice little coat, and like all of a sudden you're warm again, and it's just a good feeling.
I agree. There's that cozy, I don't even know how to describe it other than that.
It's such a nice feeling.
How do you feel about those shorter days, though?
I hate it.
That's the one thing about fall.
I miss the sun.
That is the one thing that,
Yeah.
I mean, I love fall. It's rocking on so many levels. That is the one thing. It's like, I have a hard time with
wish
it.
the sun was out just a little bit longer.
Yeah.
In winter, I don't like the snow. I don't like the cold.
I don't either.
But the fall, like there's just a couple of days in there too that's like perfect.
I like looking at how beautiful the snow is, though. And I like playing for a short time with my kids in the snow. But around here, I mean, if you've got snow, it's cold. And so it's not a, hey, let's just be out here for the next like 5 hours. No, it's like 5 minutes and it's like, wow, let's head back in because it is cold. All right. What has been one of the most meaningful expressions of gratitude someone has shared with you this year? Yeah, this is a fun one. I immediately thought of a text that my son Davis sent me back in July. And it was just random, like it was impromptu, and he sent me this text, and it was a nice long text, and he shared just a lot of encouragement, first of all. It was like, hey, you know, Dad, you're amazing because of this. And he even spoke into some things as like, I don't even feel like I'm good at this. And he's like, no, you're amazing because of this. And it's like, I actually kind of feel a little insecure over those things, but you're noticing that that's actually a strength of mine.
Awesome.
And then with that, he just kind of spilled in a lot of, and I'm so grateful for all those things. And I was just like, man, I did not expect to get this text. And I mean, it's still, obviously, you know.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Davis is he's got that gift of encouragement for sure. Or like, he naturally tends to lean that way, I've noticed. Did he ask you for anything in particular that week?
No. In fact, I actually, sent him back a text and was trying to like do the same thing, but to him, and he's like, "Oh man, you just made my my compliment or whatever." He said, like trash compared to what you just sent me. It was just this fun like interchange that we had.
That's funny.
But he wasn't asking for anything.
Nah, I wouldn't expect that of him. This is easy. What is your favorite part of Thanksgiving? I want to say it's my family. I love my family, but I get to see them all year. It's the meal. Like, I love a good Thanksgiving meal. It's the best meal of the year. It's great.
So that is like that's the best meal of the.
With the way my families do it,
Yeah.
like Emily's family and my family, I love it. Like, it's.
Do you still have to go to 7 different meals that day? Because I know for a time
It used to be.
it was just non-stop that whole day.
No, we've split it up, thankfully. It's normally 2 separate days.
Okay.
And just 2 meals.
It's better to do it in 2 days because then you can enjoy and not just be like. Yeah.
But we also have like the church one.
That's
I used to do a Friendsgiving one, and I think they're gonna try to bring that back this year. And so, but I love it. Like, oh man, and everybody brings their own like special dish, and it's like.
What's your special dish?
And that everybody always asks me to make mac and cheese.
Okay.
I'm ready to go away from it though. Like, I want to try something new. I love creative new things, but everybody's like, can you just make mac and cheese?
Maybe you can do a special new thing plus the mac and cheese.
Yeah.
And if it eclipses mac and cheese,
They
bye
start
bye
asking
mac and
that
cheese.
instead.
Right?
Yeah. That's true.
All right, we should have one more left. Last question for me. Tell us about a Thanksgiving fail. A Thanksgiving fail. All right. So this is not me failing. Josh, I'm not humble. I'm arrogant. I have never failed in my life, so I could
Ever.
not come up with
That's
a
amazing.
Thanksgiving fail.
Incredible.
No,
You're American.
the Thanksgiving fail that comes to my mind was when this is at my wife's family. Uncles, aunts, they're all there. This is when we were younger. Her brother is a senior in high school, and he's wrestling. And so all the uncles are like, yeah, what are you wrestling? You know, and he's like, oh, yeah, look at you, you're working. And he's just feeling good about himself, right? Stepdad, his real dad, but Dana's stepdad, steps in, and he's never wrestled in high school, but he's an expert.
Okay.
And he starts coaching his son on, well, what you need to do, and he's, getting down, and again, Tyler's trying to be as gracious as possible, but like, okay, you have no idea what you're talking about, Dad. And it was like, no, what you need to do. And so now they're on the ground. They're actually going to wrestle. Dad is going to show son, this is how it's done. And literally, like 1.5 seconds, he has flipped Dad on his back. He's laid out, and he's like, no, you did it wrong. And it's like, buddy, you did it wrong by not knowing how to wrestle. And we were just cracking up, and it was just like, that was the biggest Thanksgiving fail. You should have known.
That seems like a win. That's awesome.
It was a win. It was a win for all of us. It was an absolute fail for him, and funny.
All right. If you could share Thanksgiving dinner with one famous historic figure, who would it be? No, you can't choose Jesus. I love that. So I just went ahead and said no biblical characters. They also wouldn't be able to speak my language, I don't think. So that'd be a little awkward.
That's the thing. Even when I was thinking, I was like, as long as they could speak English, I've got a lot of people that I would be able to choose.
And it's easy for me because I just finished a biography on Dietrich Bonhoeffer, who was a pastor / theologian in Nazi Germany. He can speak English.
Can he?
Yeah,
Okay.
he can actually speak like 5 languages.
You know what?
which is
Now that
nuts.
you're saying that does sound familiar, but
Yeah.
I had forgotten.
And like I always thought he was like a really old dude. His pictures don't do him any favors either. He looks pretty old in his pictures, but he died when he was like early 40s.
Yeah, that's what I
And I would choose early 30s. So I'm early 30s. Dietrich Bonhoeffer, because he was like, I don't know. The book also is like written from this perspective of, they're not calling him a prophet, but they're like, he was like weirdly like in tune with what God was going to call him to do eventually, like before things were happening. And it helped him like very quickly call out like what's happening in Nazi Germany is not good before other pastors would. And just some of his thoughts, I've read a lot, like they have a lot of his journal entries, and I'm just like, his insecurities were the same as mine, like in a lot of ways. And even like he was doing youth ministry at the time, and like some of his thoughts about that were, I'm like, man, you are putting into words things I've thought and I've never never said or been able to articulate the way you did. And I'm like, I just want to have a conversation with you. And so ever since I've finished that biography, I've been like, I can't wait to go to heaven. And there's a lot of people I want to talk to, but I want to talk to Dietrich Bonhoeffer. So have him over for dinner. Let's talk about like what it was like. How in the world did you know? Like he started to preach sermons about like, I feel like, it is my destiny to, die for the sake of the gospel. And like, it was just like, how did you know that? How did you get that sense? And then how were you okay with that? Like, just stepping into that proudly. But yeah, he would be my pick.
That's a good one. And that's a good one to end on. Very deep, as opposed to my Thanksgiving fail. And,
who would have been your historical figure?
Again, it came back to could they speak English? I would love to sit down with Adam and just hear about like him stepping into creation, like just opening his eyes and wait, the Creator has just created you, and you're like, what are you thinking in that moment? And then what did the garden look like? And okay, let's talk through, what were some of the, from the temptation to, okay, now life with sin, and what did that shift look like and feel like? I mean, I love to hear all of that.
I really think that he would take over that conversation because he would have so many questions for you.
Yeah, I'd be like, wait, what is this? You call it a mashed potato?
Like even then, like even about the gospel, because he had no idea about Jesus.
Yeah. Well, you're actually Adam, and then there's a second Adam named Christ, and we kind of look at you as the total
And then he
fail.
might even be like, "Oh yeah, I knew Jesus." Like
That's true. That's true. No, right? That would just
He
be.
died. He came here.
That would be an amazing conversation
Yeah.
over turkey and stuffing.
Wait, he was a human for a while? No, that would baffle him, I'm sure.
Yeah. So that would be mine. Anyway, that's our list. I hope that has maybe put you guys in the reflective mood of just thinking through things that you're grateful for, thankful for. Hopefully,
Stuffing. Sorry, I'm stuck on Adam.
and you enjoy having some time with God, recognizing His goodness in your life, the community that you're living in, and even the purpose that He's allowed you to step into each and every day. Until next time, know that life is so much better with God, community, and purpose.